Everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Rockin' Dave from North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida. And today I'm going to perform a little surgery on my new Ibanez guitar. Not because I have to, only because I want to. The guitar came with 9-gauge strings on, and for guitars with any type of floating tremolo, I'll usually use a 10-gauge. I would like to use 11 gauge, but it doesn't work too well. So the 11 gauge goes on my Les Pauls, and the 10 gauge will go on my guitars with the floating trem, like the Floyd Rose or the Ibanez, Ed's whammy bars. But so I put 10s on here and going to tune her up, and look. This is what it did to my bridge. So you see how up it is. So I'm going to kind of bring it down a little bit. Plus, it's constantly staying in E flat, and I want it to go in E natural. Okay, so to do that, now I did adjust the bridge back here, the plate, the bracket there. I did screw that in. I usually keep my plates on. In this case, I took it off, and I put my plates and all the screws in a little sandwich bag so I don't lose it. Okay, but could be a little bit of a challenge here, because I'm going to move this spring to here, and I'm going to add this spring here, and maybe I'll be able to pull it down more. So what I'm going to have to do is loosen my strings to loosen the tension, and when I put this on, just be careful not to mess with my ground wire. It's really not rocket science, but you just got to be careful. So what I have to do is I'm going to loosen my locking nut and drop the tuning, just loosen the tension of the strings without taking them off. And in this way, I should have no problems. Let me move my pick over there. I did take my whammy bar off so I could do this. Don't really need to do it with the whammy bar on. And then we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, and if I do have to go back to using a 9-gauge, then that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because I'll tell you, when I did buy this guitar, when I was playing it, obviously I'm playing it with the strings that it came with, and they were the 9-gauge, and I was surprised. I had a feeling they were 9s. They just felt thin. But I was surprised that the tension was not so loose like usually they are. And the reason why I like using a thicker gauge string is, you know, from my picking hand. My picking hand is pretty strong, and it comes from all the years of playing acoustically. I'm doing a lot of the shred type stuff on the acoustic, so your hand is going to get strong. And then, of course, you have to learn how to control it. Now, if you ask me, well, what do I do with nylon string guitars? Because they wobble, you know. Diodarios make a tension called extra hard tension. And that's what I use on my nylon string. It's called extra hard tension. Okay, so got those loosened. And they work great for me, the extra hard tension. If you hear any background noise, I'm out in my lanai. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because it's a lot brighter out here to see. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take one of these guys, needle nose pliers, and we're going to move this spring from here to here and add this spring onto here. So usually you just have to do this. There you go, that comes off. I know my hand's in the way, sorry guys. And just pop that guy up. Now you got tiny little holes here, and just pop that in. You know, usually you could do it with that. Okay, now I just want to be real careful not to hit that ground wire. I know I could move the ground wire up. It's soldered. It's nice. It's wonderful. So you don't want to do that. See, but I did not hit the wire or anything like that. So what I could do is this. I could also do this. Put it through here first, right? I know it's hard to see, maybe with my fingers in a way. Then see if we could do this. Doesn't really matter. The thing is, it gets a little bit tight putting it in that hole. Let's see. Okay. So, all right. We didn't hit the wire. There is space. There's a little bit of space. So this is why I'll do this. Do it this way. Get that in first. And then grab this. Bam! It's in the loop. Make sure it's down. It's away from the ground wire. Now we'll take this and put it here. There. And that's how you just pop those in. Now, what I'm going to do, obviously, is tune her up. Okay. So, what I have to do is I'm gonna get my little winder. I think I got it over here. See? Every time I come out here, it's like an episode, or it's like that movie, My Cousin Vinny. He couldn't get any sleep. Look what happens. Got creatures, all kind of like owls howling, asking who is who. We got garbage trucks. We got the recyclable trucks. Well, you got all kind of action that goes on out here. All kind of action. Okay. And we'll see. We shall see, my friends. Now. So, what I'm going to do, put this back upside down, because now it's not going to really matter. Get my little tuner and see if I get it all tuned up. And let's see what happens. Let me grab this. Now we'll get this thing tuned up. Actually, I'm going to put the little back plate on while I can. Now this Ibanez and some other brands, they come with a back plate that's got these slots, and that's so you can get in and adjust the tension, the bracket there on the you know, on the bar, the whammy bar, on the bridge, in the back. Of course, nothing goes in just straight. Once you take it out, then it doesn't go back in like it first was put in, right? That's alright. I'm going to be using a little snark tuner, this little guy. I do like tuners that are bright that I could see in the daylight. And more and more companies are starting to think that. They're starting to use their heads, starting to realize, hey, there's outdoor festivals. And sometimes people do outdoor gigs. Sometimes people do corporate gigs. Sometimes people do wedding gigs. And I love when I hear people say, oh, I don't want to do a wedding gig. I don't want to do it. Well, it is part of the industry. So, I don't know, if I'm a manufacturer, I'm going to look at everything. So if I come up with an idea, I'm not going to only think one way. That every guitar player plays in a huge, dark stage with lights and this, that, and the other. That's not reality, man. That's only one part of it. It only makes sense if you're going to come up with an idea, having more of a little bit of universal applications. Then you'll be able to sell your product to a lot more people. even those wedding guitar players, who are the ones that make money, and the corporate guitar players who make money. I know it's not maybe all that fun for some, but you just have to be creative. But if you want to look at it from a pure dollars and cents, those are the gigs that pay the money. When you chase the stars, you chase them on your own dime. You might get lucky, you might make money. Most likely you won't. So, got the back plate on. We're going to tune her up. I did watch a video Phil McKnight had on of his favorite 10 Boss pedals. Uh-oh, the tuner's not working. Oh, there it is. See, it's real. Let's see if you can see this. This is what I mean. I'm going to do this. You can see this. Turn this to the screen, right? Oh, there you go. It's much more bright. We want E, not G. Okay, so let me put the strap on here. I took it off to get this going. And we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then I'll go get a 9, pack a 9 gauge. Because I was pretty surprised how comfortable they felt. Okay, so we're going to do this. Make sure you guys could see it. Well, we don't want G, we want E. There we go, my cousin Vinny. Another car going by, my friends. Okay, there we are, E. Let's see if I can do this. So, okay, not bad. See what I mean? Sometimes they don't register. Now, I know since these are new strings. Way off, my friend. Way off. So I just have to get it to settle. Sorry about this going in and out of focus. Yeah, I need to change the battery on this, I think. Nothing beats the ear, my friend. But yeah, Phil McKnight on his 10 favorite Boss pedals, one of them was the tuner. And that tuner, they had it with a screen. You could adjust the brightness of it. So if you're playing outside, you'll be able to see. Because okay, this is a good example. Even though it's going a little bit, the battery's a little bit dead. So it's getting, look how hard it is to kind of see. And I'm in the shade. So these are problems. These are problems that manufacturers need to, which some of them are, but they need to think about. We live in a real world. We don't live in fantasy world. If they want to make things for fantasy world, then I'm not buying. I live in a real world. No pun intended, but that's the reality. I can't spend money on stuff that's not going to work. It's got to work. Okay, now what I'm going to do is it's going to be a little while for me to get this to settle, so I'll go ahead and stop the video, but just to show you, it seems that it's, well, I do have to get it all tuned up, you know. Look what it did to the bridge. But that's okay. I can readjust and everything. But the point is that I want to make sure it's tuned. I want to make sure that I'm not going to have any issues with my tuning. Because when I was using the whammy bar on this guitar, it was, I was shocked. It was holding the tuning. It's a beautiful looking guitar. Plays great. Feels comfortable. So anyways, my friends, I hope this was helpful on changing these springs in the back. What I did is I want to show you this. I took the springs off of my Laguna guitar. So this is the Laguna guitar. This was a Guitar Center exclusive in the early 2000s. This was their brand. That bridge did not come with it. I put that bridge on. It had the Wilkinson bridge, and it had problems. So I put this on. And then these are the string saver saddles that I originally got from the Carvin Guitar Company. So double coil bridge with coil tapping, 5-way selector switch, 2 single coil bridge, pickups, rosewood fretboard, and that was their original headstock. Later on, they changed it where they did not have this niche or this notch. They did not have it. So that's their Laguna brand. It's a flame maple finish. The back is a swamp ash, you know, body. There's the springs. I'll get that mess. I'll work with that when I work with this guitar. So, anyways, that's what I had to do to that guy. So, my friends, I hope that was a little bit helpful. If you have any suggestions or comments, please put them down. I do read them all, and I do appreciate and listen to all you guys because I do not know everything. I just know what I know. I thank all my subscribers. God bless all of you guys. I really thank you for subscribing. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe because I've got a whole bunch of videos that's touching all different topics that is really geared to people who are gigging. And this will also apply to the people who are not gigging, who are the bedroom musicians, the studio musicians, because things will break down. I mean, we're all in the same boat together. So, and one experience from one sector could help somebody in a different sector, if that makes any sense. So again, thank you so much for watching, my friends. In the words of Ben Coombs, the great Canadian guitarist, keep those doors and hold those doors open for people. I like to add to that, the doors of opportunity. And because good things will come back to you. Karma really exists, my friends. Anyways, you have a great day. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you next video. Rock and roll.